Welcome to our education module on the SuperPole with SuperBar. Even if you think you know this product well, this module will address the clinical benefits that you may not have thought of before. Hi, I'm Sandy Alexander, and I'm the clinical educator here at Healthcraft. I've been recommending home safety products and modifications to people's homes for over 35 years. I was a community occupational therapist, and I also worked for two different DME dealers as mobility consultants over the course of my career. So I have had a lot of opportunity to learn about products and to see exactly how they get used in people's homes. Clinically, an ideal support would have two hands of support so that the hands could be separated by a distance, and either one vertically, one horizontally, or any configuration of that to allow for a very secure postural control. Ideally, the support would be in front of the person, not behind them. It would be customizable in height so that somebody who's 5'2" versus somebody who's 6'6" would each have the support at the height that works for them. Ideally, you would have something that moves with the client. So as they come forward off the toilet or out of the shower, it would be able to move in the direction that they're moving. Ideally, no finger dexterity or hand strength required because people have limitations in some of those things and we don't want to make it harder for them. Ideally, a non-slip grip so that people with a weaker grasp would have an additional ability to hold on. It would be trusted support for things like managing clothing so that you could lean against it. You could use other body parts other than your hands to support yourself during a task. Every surface of that support would offer a secure handhold so that there shouldn't be limitations as to where the hands can go when you need to compensate for hand limitations, shoulder limitations. You want to make sure every spot is available. Ideally, the support would have 300 pounds of weight capacity as its standard. Certainly, you can have heavier duty models, but as a standard, 300 pounds of weight capacity and an antimicrobial surface. So, especially when you use something in a bathroom, there are germs, and having an antimicrobial surface would be an advantage to help minimize infection. So it was with all those features in mind that the SuperPole with SuperBar was created. Some of you may know this product well, and others may not know it as well. So for today, I thought I would pose a question that some of you may be asking. Does my client really need the SuperBar? I'm going to give you my top 5 clinical reasons why the answer is yes. My top clinical reason is two hands of support. Two hands of support are always better than one in preventing falls, and that's not one hand above the other, but two hands in a wide base of support. And I'll give you an example of why you might have experienced that already. Remember the last time you were on a bus or a subway car holding a vertical post for balance. What happened when the vehicle suddenly stopped or took a sharp turn? You lost your balance. Even gripping the post with both hands, one above the other, doesn't offer optimal stability. For effective control over your body movements, you need two hands of support. And the wider that base of support, the better. There is a safety practice that already exists in industry and construction, and it explains perfectly why we should promote this safety practice in bathrooms too. 3-point contact rule means that 3 of your 4 limbs are always in contact with a steady surface, either 2 hands and 1 foot or 2 feet and 1 hand. This rule applies when climbing a ladder. You cannot carry something in one hand because you would need to have both hands on the ladder when taking a step. This helps to control your center of gravity and control your movement so that you don't lose your balance. The 3-point contact rule would apply when stepping over a tub or shower threshold. The rule would indicate that for optimal safety, both hands should be supported to help you maintain your balance as you take a step over the threshold. Historically, I would say therapists would tend to do a vertical bar at the threshold of a tub or shower. But now we know that for optimal safety, we should have a second one to be able to hold on with two hands when doing that maneuver. A bar along the long wall of the tub was often used to sit down into the tub or get up from the bottom of the tub. So two hands of support is now the ideal. Support should be in front. When you come to standing, you lean forward to put weight through your feet and you shift your weight over those feet to come into standing. So when you have support behind you, you need to abandon that support at some point as you rise up into standing. So I'd like to try something together just to give you that understanding of where exactly should that support be when you allow for normal movement. So we're going to try something together while you're sitting on your chair. I'd like you to come to the very front edge of your chair to be able to then stand up. So if you're near a desk, move back and give yourself space. So to be able to stand up, you or I need to be able to lean forward and at just the point where your bottom comes off the chair by an inch, come into standing and put your weight through your feet. When you're in that posture, I want you to look at exactly where your nose is. I'm going to move back just a little. I'm going to look at where my nose is compared to my toes. And actually, my nose is way over my toes. So that's the point at which we are actually doing a normal movement to come to standing. So if I was trying to figure out where a pole should be for somebody, what I need to know is that they need to come into this posture, and that's where their support should be. So again, if I turn my chair this way, what I'm doing is getting into that posture and then looking for where that support should be. So not too close and a little further out from the person than you might expect. And that's where they're going to be looking for support as they come to standing. And then this slide is just another little reminder that support in front has been a well-documented, well-researched practice, both clinically and just in daily life. We like to have support in front. Another feature that we want is the adjustable height of that horizontal bar so that it can be set to the needs of the individual. Typically, it's stalled anywhere between 24 and 38 inches, but you need to assess for your client exactly what that height should be for their ideal posture once you've already looked at how they get up from the surface that they're sitting on. Another important feature is support that moves with you. The SuperBar pivots and locks every 45 degrees so that it's locked in very secure positions as you move through your transfer. So getting up from a toilet and then sitting into a wheelchair, getting from bed to commode, no matter what direction you're headed, you can stop, adjust the bar, and then have a better ideal handhold to then do the next step of your movement. Another really important feature is that that pivot bar should be easy to pivot with no finger dexterity or hand strength. And that's absolutely how the SuperBar moves. It can be the back of an arm, back of a hand to move it through its range. Simply lift the SuperBar with minimal effort to move it and then release it to lock it into place. So no finger dexterity or hand strength required. Here are 7 other clinical reasons that I do think that this combination of SuperPole with SuperBar makes for an excellent solution for clients. Some clients really need the non-slip surface. The grip or the PVC closed cell foam gives them a place to hold with a non-slip surface that also is an added comfort for weak and arthritic hands. So that closed cell foam provides a beautiful non-slip surface. The SuperPole is an excellent trusted solid support for ADLs such as managing clothing. The SuperBar is 16 inches wide, which is wide enough to support the pelvis of even a tall male, and the upright pole can support the chest and upper body as well. The non-slip surface gives clients the confidence to lean against it without worrying about slipping. It's the sturdiest pole on the market. This pole is one solid piece and provides confidence and peace of mind when people are using it to achieve their daily tasks. Every surface offers a secure handhold. There is no jack screw or sleeve to interfere with the placement of hands on the upright pole or the horizontal bar, so that wherever somebody needs to hold, it's a secure handhold. The SuperPole jack screw is at the base of the pole, so it does not interfere at all with hand positions. It does have a sleeve that covers it up, but it's nowhere near where the people that use it need to hold on to. I pulled these pictures of several other products that are on the market. I pulled it off the internet just to be able to show you how the jack screw can interfere with the hand positions of clients. With the tension fit of our SuperPole, it has a 300-pound weight capacity without screwing it into the ceiling or floor. There are people just for reassurance who want to screw it into ceiling or floor, but it does not need that to be able to support a 300-pound weight capacity. And of course, there are heavy-duty models for those who need a higher weight capacity. When I learned about our antimicrobial powder coat paint on the SuperPole, I needed to do some investigating for myself. And what I learned is that paint actively kills 99.9% of the bacteria and viruses within 2 hours of exposure to the painted surface. It then inhibits microorganisms' ability to grow and further spread for up to 6 years. So I was very pleasantly surprised to hear that it does carry that ability for up to 6 years. And especially when the SuperPole is used in the bathroom, it's a great idea to have that antimicrobial paint. The SuperPole comes with a variety of options and accessories, which you probably already know, but it certainly does have an angled ceiling plate for any angled ceilings, an extender to extend it past the 8-foot range, and a ceiling plate extender if somebody wants to disperse the pressure in their ceiling over a larger area, surface area. We have a heavy duty model, we have the trapeze, so lots of different options to add to the SuperPole. Just thought I'd spend a moment showing you the SuperPole with Super Trapeze. And the trapeze is really helpful to help people reposition while in bed, to help shift their bottom over or to bring them more towards the center of the bed or from the center over to the edge. And the trapeze can be certainly mounted out of the way when not in use, and the trapeze can be used in combination with the SuperBar as well. So a lot of different options depending on your client's needs. The SuperPole is the sturdiest pole on the market. It is a one-piece alloy steel pole that provides uncompromising support without the wiggle room that occurs when a pole has multiple sections. So to your clients, it feels secure and sturdy, and it provides a peace of mind and a confidence for every transfer. This is going to be a short video taken at a conference where a gentleman who had not done an independent transfer in a very long time was able to complete that with the SuperPole. So here it shows you how he was able to do that. On our website, we do have an installation video that shows how to install the SuperPole with SuperBar. It gives you or your clients that reassurance you may need as to how you would install that in a home. Thank you so much for completing this e-learning module. We are so happy to help in any way that we can. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to contact anyone on our team. We are happy to help. Have a great day.